Look at me rocking out. Guys, let me know where you're watching from. Don't forget to drop your elephants and your crowns. Happy Tuesday? Damn, Tuesday Takeover. All right. Yeah, so you see who's up here. You see, okay, let me just take them down because we're not going to talk about them long. All right, let me just adjust myself. Shout out to all of you for being here. I feel like I haven't spoken to you guys in forever. I'm your boy, TheKempire, and welcome to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get, this is your number one source. I'm saying it. Look, you got to say it for it to happen. Just saying. Your number one source for pop culture news right now on these YouTube streets. But if you didn't know, you're getting content very much like this on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. So be sure to follow me on all of those platforms because I am going to be your king of pop culture. Yes, I'm going to speak that talk. Run me my check. Well, wait, okay. Before we get into what we need to talk about, because we have a lot to cover on Tuesday Takeover, so much news to cover. Ricky Martin, restraining order. We got to talk about Wendy Williams. We got to talk about 90 Day Fiancé. We have to talk about Rihanna being considered the youngest self-made billionaire. Okay. There's a lot to break, but shout out to the Netherlands. So, because we have such an amazing audience that spans all around the world, shout out to the Netherlands, shout out to Europe, shout out to of course, the United States, but also shout out to everyone watching in Africa too. You guys always let me know in Africa, our team Kempire is strong in Africa, specifically South Africa. I gotta make a trip down there. So we were featured on, and I didn't know this. My friends that live in Amsterdam told me this, that this program on Dutch TV is the number one entertainment news source. They highlighted my coverage of the Ricky Martin story. So there's a mix of me. First of all, they didn't ask for my permission. I don't know the rules in Europe, but my lawyers are on it. It's okay. It's all right. But the fact that maybe they didn't think we would know. Maybe they didn't know that our team Kempire spans Europe too. But I appreciate it. They highlighted me. They said Kempire, YouTuber. We are, no offense to people that consider themselves YouTuber, but we are far larger than just being YouTubers. Just saying, there's no shade, but just saying, they should just put King of Pop Culture under there. Anyways, I'm in a hoity-toity mood today. So they featured us on this platform. I have to go and check their website. The actual full video wasn't available. Thankfully, I think it was Cheryl. Cheryl, shout out to you in the Netherlands that sent me this information. And mind you, I never see my Facebook messages. It was kismet that I saw her message come through on our Facebook. I was like, oh, what you mean? I'm on Dutch TV. Mind you, I love me some Amsterdam and the Netherlands. Just saying. So shout out to them. Thank you for highlighting us. All right. Not Lord of the Elephants. Hey, Hector. I saw that. Lord of the Elephants. I kind of like that. I love an elephant. I do. Guys, if you're just joining us, I'm your boy, TheKempire, and this is our Tuesday Takeover where we talk about not just 90 Day Fiancé, not just reality TV news, not just reality TV, but everything that we need to catch up on. I hope you all had a fantastic holiday weekend. Here in the United States, it was a dismal weekend because of more gun violence. We're not going to get into the details, but I'm definitely sending prayers to all the family and friends that were affected by this weekend's just another weekend, another recent news story of gun violence here in the United States. Very, very sad to hear. I don't know what's happening, but I do know what's happening. Also, I want to say shout out to our moderators, guys. Don't forget to say hello and show love to our moderators. I posted on our community tab some love for our moderators. Look, we've had past moderators that have, come and gone, but we appreciate them as well for being a part of the channel. And look, our moderators now may not be our moderators in a year from now. Things happen. Life happens. But we appreciate our moderators that have been here, that are currently here, that help us to have an open and fun conversation. So don't forget to say hello to the moderators. Don't forget to show love to the moderators and be respectful of the job that they're trying to do in our live chat. And that is create a safe space for everyone to have an opinion. No matter if you agree with me, if you disagree with someone else in the live chat or someone that calls in. So we don't moderate adults. Just saying. All right. There's something else that I wanted to mention. Oh, wait. I don't remember. It'll come back to me later. Let's jump into, because we have a lot of stories to cover. Guys, we are live on multiple platforms. We're live on TikTok. TikTok, we appreciate you all being here as well. Be sure to tap your screens. Thank you in advance for the follows, the gifts, the likes, all of that. We are also live, of course, on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. Yes. Exactly. Daniel said, let's have fun. Let's have fun. And guys, don't forget to join our Discord. The Discord is not going to be available to everyone for a very long time. So join in while it's hot, but don't act up. Okay? TeamKempire.com/Discord. That link should be working right now before I take it down. And for those that are wondering, yes, the Pride merch is gone. However, we have new merch for our Black label. Be sure to check that out at House, that's H-A-U-S, of Kempire.com for our Black label merchandise. All right. Did we give people enough time to get in here? Okay. I was trying to give you guys a moment, because I know some of you are like, unwinding from the weekend. I was working yesterday. I don't know where you guys were, enjoying your barbecue and your fireworks. I was here working. I put out 3 videos yesterday. One during the day talking about the whole Garcelle and the sneak peeks that Bravo released yesterday from that problematic situation happening on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Mean Girls is trending. I mean, it's been trending for a while, but it was really trending yesterday. Let me take a sip, y'all. All right. What do I want to talk about first? Let me just open up my notes, because I have to take notes in order to be fully prepared. So as I said to you before, I was working yesterday and I covered a couple of different stories. The Garcelle situation with her son and Erika Jayne cursing at her son. And then another video of Kyle and Dorit and their husbands laughing about it. Okay, Kyle has released a statement saying, well, not a statement, an IG press release, basically saying, I wasn't laughing about that. But I also released a story about Ricky Martin and this restraining order. I released 2 videos over the weekend about this Ricky Martin restraining order. That was the video that was highlighted on Dutch TV, the original video, talking about the story. And there was a lot of mixed reports coming out of Puerto Rico. And a lot of people, reaching out to me and saying, oh, it was the nephew. And then they're saying, oh, no, it's not the nephew. And when I first reported on this story, I said, it doesn't sound like it was his nephew. And then people were saying, oh, no, it was his partner's nephew. And then I was like, still sounds suspicious. Well, another news outlet, this is what I reported on yesterday, is saying that, oh no, it's actually a partner that Ricky Martin had that he was with for 7 months, and Ricky Martin has been showing up at his house, allegedly. What is going on? And I told you, I know some of you are like, isn't he married? Calm down. Some people have boyfriends and husbands and boyfriends and girlfriends and all kinds of stuff. Good for you. Good for you. Could not be me. But that's the Taurus in me. I'm not really into sharing. I'm really not. That's why I always get so surprised when Candy's so open about that stuff. Like, oh yeah, we invite a third party. But I'm just like, You know what Samantha from Sex and the City always used to say? If you're going to do a threesome, damn, this is Kempire After Dark already? If you're going to do a threesome, always be the guest. Yeah, it's an open relationship. Nothing wrong with it. Just saying. I can't even read this. Oh my gosh, come on. Hopefully people are being safe and doing what they're doing, okay? Jada says, Kempire After Dark is my favorite Kempire. This is too early for that. Anyways, so that Ricky Martin situation, we're still following. Ricky Martin has denied these allegations that were released over the weekend about this restraining order and what was being said in the restraining order. We still do not know who this person is because it's considered a domestic violence situation. So they're trying to protect the quote victim. Okay. We're going to follow it though, because I know a lot of people, I know Puerto Rico, y'all go hard for yours. And I love that. I love that. But we're going to keep an eye out and I'll keep you updated on what we find out about the whole Ricky Martin situation. But I wanted to mention, this is not really an update. It's not really an update. This is one handsome couple, right? Can you believe Ricky Martin is 50 years old? And I know Ricky Martin has been around a long time. I don't know why it just didn't pop in on me, but I'm like, oh, damn, yeah, Ricky Martin is 50 years old, if not older. Anyways, so Ricky Martin, and so people were speculating that these two had broken up. And I said to you, I don't know if they broke up because I know people that have been in a relationship and have, multiple partners and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I didn't believe that. But then when you go to their Instagram, you know how people like to, Google schmoogle. Some people speculate, oh, they unfollow each other. And I was like, let me do my due diligence because I've said this before. Sometimes you guys say things to me and I go check and then like, oh, it's not right. Not you guys, other people. So they are still following each other, unless they muted each other. They're still following each other. However, the last picture that you see of these two together was back in May. They didn't post any sort of, happy Father's Day to each other. So who knows? I mean, they're raising 4 kids together. I don't know. I mean, relationships are hard, y'all. But like I said before, it doesn't mean that they're broken up just because Ricky had a boyfriend. It's 2022. It's 2022. Get with it or get lost. So the Ricky Martin situation, we're still following this. The story is still developing. Ricky Martin has denied all of the allegations. Ricky Martin is not only facing this restraining order, he's also facing a $3 million lawsuit from his former manager. I missed that completely. I didn't even see that story until I was working on this story. So a lot of people are speculating that maybe the manager has something to do with this because the manager in her allegations was saying that something else was going on with Ricky Martin when she came in and she saved him from that situation. But she's saying that was from 2020. So I don't know what that other situation was. Exactly. Shasha says they're probably smart enough not to post ish on the internet. Exactly. I mean, that's the first thing that jumps in my mind. But then there's another part of me like, oh my gosh. Real says, did you see Ricky Martin in the Versace movie? You mean the Versace series? That was so good. That was so good. If you did not see that Versace series that they did on FX, it's not even about Versace. It's all about the acting from the guy that played the killer. The killer. That was so good. So good. I could watch that again. It was so good. He deserves all the awards. If they gave Oscars for TV, he deserved the Oscar for TV. Not Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin was cute in it, but the other guy, I can't think of his name. You guys will remind me. He was from Glee. Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. Danielle says, I'm still out of town, but I'm here. Where are you? Jenna, thank you so much for the super chat. Jenna says, I'm sorry I'm late. My boss was holding me up. Y'all crack me up with that. Someone posted in the comment section, and a couple of you have posted about this before, how your boyfriends watch with you. And one of you commented recently that sometimes her boyfriend watches me without her. Not me breaking up happy homes. I'm joking. I love it. I love that the guys are watching me too. Because, our large audience are women. But I love it when the guys are watching too. They want to know. All right. No, I meant Oscar. I said I wish they gave Oscars for TV. I know he won an Emmy. But I wish he deserved an Oscar for TV. Anyways, I've digressed. We were talking about Ricky Martin. Focused. See? Samara says, my partner, I watch you, Kempire. Well, I kind of force him. Oh my goodness. All right. Yes, Rena apologized on Instagram. Okay. Well, did she apologize? Because she did a couple of things. No, she didn't. She kind of apologized, but she kind of at the same time made an excuse. All right. Where do we start? Thank you so much, Danielle, for another. Danielle's updating us on where she's at, because Danielle's always somewhere. Lake Norman, North Carolina, working from here too. Okay, just letting your boss know, huh? Just in case your boss is watching. Thank you so much, Norman. Yes, Darren Chris, he deserves all the awards. And damn it, I was so disappointed that he's heterosexual. I know he has a wife, but that doesn't mean he's completely heterosexual. But I was disappointed when I found that out. He can sing his butt off too. All right. Let me focus. We have a lot of things to talk about today. So we're just talking about Ricky Martin. I'm going to move on. If you missed the coverage of that story, be sure to check out the 2 videos that we did on Ricky Martin on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. All right. Before we get into some other news, I want to talk about Rihanna and congratulate her. All right. So Rihanna, as you know, just had a baby, a Taurus. Y'all gonna hate me. I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking about my Taurusness. Okay. All right. So Rihanna, she continues to break barriers, according to Revolt. They said, as an entrepreneur, the 34-year-old entertainer is now America's youngest self-made billionaire woman, thanks to her empire she's built through her musical and entrepreneurial endeavors. Okay, NBC4 reports. As previously reported by Revolt, the Barbados native officially hit billionaire status in August of 2021. No stranger to accolades, she recently made Forbes' annual richest self-made women in the U.S. Okay, for the 3rd consecutive year. Rihanna, born Robin Fenty, is the only billionaire under the age of 40 to make that esteemed list. Now her net worth sits at an estimated $1.4 billion. And while some of the amount has accumulated from her success in music, a lot of it stems from her retail companies, which include Fenty Beauty, Fenty Skin, and Savage Fenty. You know where you get the underwears and stuff? They have men's stuff too. The men's stuff, I'm like, I need to order it just to, first of all, support my girl, but also to see the quality. Apparently y'all love some Savage Fenty. And they got the men's stuff. And I love that they celebrate all bodies, especially when it comes to men. I love that. I don't know if you've seen the Savage Fenty men's stuff and the models. They have, your typical model, perfect body. But they also got the men that have, a little something. All right, this is not a Savage Fenty commercial. Pay me, Rihanna. In a previous interview with the New York Times, the bitch better have my money songstress says that achieving the financial success is not going to stop her from working. The global superstar also admitted that the fortune she amassed isn't just for her, but to help others. My money is not about me. It's always the thought that I can help someone else. The world can really make you believe that the wrong things are priority, and it makes you really miss the core of life, what it means to be alive. When she isn't setting trends or topping the nation's self-made billionaires list, the Love on the Brain crooner is fulfilling a new duty, motherhood. So as you also know, Rihanna was recently videoed and photographed at, I think it was the Wireless Festival. And at one point, we posted some video on our TikTok. It looked like she was telling some people to shut up. I don't know. She just looked perturbed. She's probably just trying to get home to her baby and was mad that she had to even be outside. So congratulations to Rihanna. I saw this news. This is our Tuesday Takeover, where we talk about a variety of news that we don't get an opportunity to talk about anytime else. So I wanted to talk about that. So we already talked about Rihanna. Beyonce has, and this is according to our friends over at thatgrapejuice.net, Beyonce has had the world dancing with her dynamite new single, Break My Soul, featuring Big Frida. Okay. Beyonce may not say it, but I will. I'm joking. The bzzz, bzzz. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. And the fans in the US have taken to the Renaissance track in earnest because it's in its full first week of tracking. The song has rocketed into the top 10 and become a cornerstone achievement for the diva's career. As reported, the High Octane Jam debuted at number 15 with just 3 days of the chart data due to its unorthodox Tuesday release. Now, with a complete week under its belt, Break My Soul struts to the new peak of number 7 on the coveted count. In doing so, it becomes B's 20th solo top 10 placement on the Hot 100. Okay? So she had like 16.6 million streams, 23 million all format radio audience, and 11,000 digital downloads. Have you guys been enjoying the song? Have you grown? Has the song grown on you? Some of you are probably saying, hell to the no, no, no. It's all right. It's all right. All right. Before we get into some Real Housewives of Beverly Hills conversation, because that blew up on July 4th. When I thought all of you would be relaxing and enjoying your families and with the fireworks, literally in the background of one of my videos from last night, you hear the fireworks. It is what it is. I was working. I thought that you guys would not be engaged when it came to the story. And I decided, I was like, all right, let me just do the story. I have some time, before I do anything else. Let me cover this sneak peek that Bravo released. So I did. But before we get into that, we have a few things that I want to talk about. We got a few things today. All right. Damn, we got a lot of things I want to talk about. I just want to briefly say this about the family Chantal. I did watch, but I think I'm done. And I'm not going to report on them next week. Because I feel like this season, marriage trouble between Chantal and Pedro, I'm not believing it. I have to say, season 3, I was like, wow, a real story. And then we found out that it was fake. I feel like I say this every single week. I'm not going to cover it. The best part of this week's episode of The Family Chantal was the end, but I was also cringing at Karen. Damn, her name is Karen too. With the whole doing the karate and I was just like, oh, this feels wrong. This feels so wrong. But then I love her commentary about the family situation. Karen can be such a Karen. But it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not watching it though. I might watch it, but I won't report on it unless it gets better. Again, this week, I didn't care about Nicole's scenes. To be honest with you. All right, I'm going to move on from there. Don't forget, tomorrow, guys, we will be doing College Hill. All right, so stay tuned for that. And today, you will have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts on some of these different hot topics. This is not our town hall, but I think I am going to start putting a timer on. Today, we don't have the timer, but I think I am going to start putting a timer on for Tuesday Takeover because some of you. All right. Oh my gosh. Gibbery. 90 Day Fiancé. Someone commented the other day, look, and there are a lot more positive comments, but someone came on my page and was like, if you don't like 90 Day Fiancé, I forgot what they said. It was unimportant, but basically they were being hypocritical in what they were saying. Me talking about 90 Day Fiancé is my right. If I hate the season, I can talk about how much I hate the season. I can do that every week. And if you don't like it, you can turn it off. But this week, I'm going to take a different approach. Not with Gibbery, though. Gibbery, this week, trying to convince us that, he's not sure about marrying Miona. I really want her to be he is trying to, and I wouldn't be surprised if producers cast him for this. Like, we can make your music career, pick up. You can be the next Soulja Boy. We don't need first of all, we didn't want the first Soulja Boy from not the one that we have here in the States, the one from Africa. No. No Kobe this week. No Kobe this week. I'm happy about that. Where is this? Let me just bring up the cast so I don't forget who I'm talking about, y'all. And Guillermo, Cara, I'm not gonna even talk about them this week. They're gonna get married. Word on the street is that Cara is pregnant. I already told you, spoiler alert, that Emily, we see the preview for next week. She's pregnant. I don't need them to tell me next week. I know she's pregnant. She basically had the baby already. Sorry, spoiler alerts. Thank you, Julie, for the super chat. Julie says, I changed my work hours, so I'm done working at noon. So I'm ready for you. My boss and my husband just shakes his head. Any day, Beyonce. Wow, Julie. I appreciate it, though. Jenna, thank you so much for the super chat. Jenna says, 90 Day Fiance trash. College Hill trash? Monique and DC trash? I don't know if I agree about College Hill. I don't know if I agree about that. I don't know, but everyone has a right to their opinion. Everyone has a right to their opinion. All right, let me focus. Let me just pull up the cast here for me. Okay, this way I don't forget. Okay, so we also had another pregnancy scare. This is our first pregnancy scare so far of the season. Ariella. By the end of the episode, we find out Ariella is not pregnant. However, this whole bringing Leandro back, it says to me that they initially wanted to go with the story of having Benny come to the United States and maybe connect with his first wife and son. But I think they basically were like, oh, we can't do that. He's filed for joint custody. So that's a legal situation. You're not going to see his ex-wife or his son on the show. So they were grabbing for a story. Every week, it's like, okay, you guys are just playing in our faces. Who cares? Anyone care about Ariella and their storyline this week and her possibly being pregnant and sending Leandro and Benny to the store for her pregnancy test? Okay. Patrick and Thais, the top couple in the middle, wasn't interested in their storyline this week. But I have to ask the live chat a question, and of course, replay crew. Do you think it's necessary for Thais to tell her father before she gets married? I think it's a very American tradition, and it might be in other cultures as well, that you have to get the approval of the woman's father in order to ask her to get married. He's already asked her, though. But her father basically does not know about their engagement. Oh, okay. I'm seeing a mixed response. I'm seeing some nopes. I'm seeing some yeses. All right. Michelle says yes. Maiden Asia says yes. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. But that was what I pulled from that story. I don't care about what's happening. I don't care about her battle with the brother. To me, the biggest story here is, should she tell her father before she gets married? She should have told. I mean, he should have technically asked. I mean, if he was that traditional, he technically should have asked the father before even asking her. Because he makes it seem like, okay, that matters. That's important to me. Because he just found out that the father doesn't know. Oh, wait. Look. Not as if you guys were rushing me. Jibri and Miona. Again, another way I'm going to unpack their fakery. So I believe that Jibri's grandmother being the officiant for this wedding is just another confirmation that they were already married. Yep. They were not going to involve an actual officiant. They're like, oh, grandma, you could do it. You could do it. Anyone notice that too? Or was I the only one? I was like, your grandmother's going to officiate the wedding? Because you guys are already married and probably been married since 2020. I'm over their storyline, and I'm over Jibri showing up in my TikTok algorithm when he's live. I'm like, why is Jibri on? And sometimes I stay just to see if Jibri says anything worth staying for. No, he's just talking about his stupid music. Let's talk about Mohammed and Eve. Mohammed and Eve are the couple on the top left. Okay. The best part for me in this episode was seeing Eve's son, because He's not pretending. You know, kids don't pretend for reality TV. He's just having a good time. I actually like Mohammed's relationship with her son. But their big issue now is if they're going to have children, and what that's going to look like. But one of the big things, and what I'm pulling from these stories are the real life situations that happen to a lot of different people and people that are here on a K-1 visa. And I saw on Pillow Talk a lot of the folks that came here on a K-1 visa can relate to how Mohammed's feeling. Mohammed's like, he wants to get married, and I know us stupid Americans, oh, he just wants the green card. He's using her. Maybe. Very possible. But I also understand he's sitting at home, can't do anything. He can't work. He can't drive because they're not married yet. But she's pushing it off because the producer probably told her to. She wants to have her ideal wedding, which I can also believe that too. This is her first wedding. So she's like, I want to, be able, to have the wedding that I want. But that's okay. You can still have the wedding that you want. You can still have the wedding that you want. Just go do the paperwork. I kind of feel for him. I don't think he just, look, okay, I do. Part of me does believe that he's just here for the green card. But another part of me understands he's sitting at home. He's just sitting at home. He can't do anything. He can't drive. He can't do anything. I don't really get passion from this couple. I don't get passion from Eve and Mohammed. I really don't. I don't know what I get from them. I mean, his voice still creeps me out, but I don't want to be a voice shamer. I know that's not a thing, but I'm sure in 10 years that will be a thing. And then you guys will pull this video. You voice shamed Mohammed. It's been a while since we talked about coldest water. It's been a while since we talked about the coldest water, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to check out Coldest. I love it when you guys tag me in photos of your coldest water products. I got a bunch of them. But they don't just do water bottles. They have things for your pets. Shout out to, I think it was Rakita who had the bowls for the pets. Quality. Quality is the biggest thing for me. Quality is the biggest thing for me. But as you can see, they don't have just that. They have water bottles, they have can coolers, they have pillows, they have ice packs. I bought their ice packs too. They have coolers, and they have things for your pets. Head on over to coldest.com and use our discount code KEMP10 for 10% off of your order. And thank you to all of you that have already supported any way that you can by sharing the code, whatever you can. We appreciate it. Let me take a sip. All right, hold on. Let me plug my TikTok fam in. I don't want you guys losing us, okay? Because that's happened before. Glitter girl, you already know. Something that I said now is going to come back later, which is okay. I'll be like, I apologize. All right, let me focus. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover. It's a mashup of reality TV recaps, reality TV news, pop culture news. We still haven't talked about Wendy Williams. We still haven't talked about the drama that's happening on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're going to get into that in just a second. But I wanted to talk a little bit about 90 Day Fiancé. Not this couple. Next week. We'll return to this couple next week, okay? All right, back to this. All right, Bilal and Shaida. Oh, goodness. We saw a sassy side to Shaida this week. I already told you. At first, I was like, Bilal is a narcissist. He's a terrible human being. And now I was like, they deserve each other. Something about Shaida I don't like, but I also didn't love the fact that they were trying to make it seem like Shaida came from nothing in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, so I didn't like any of that either. But she basically has been saying that in this episode. I didn't come from, nothing. I had my own yoga studio. I'm very well known. I was like, all right. She got someone activated her in her bag. Probably one of her sisters. Just saying. Probably one of her sisters. Oh, thank you, Brycey. Yes. And I got to talk about P-Valley. I'm not talking about P-Valley's latest episodes yet, y'all. I just watched season 1. We'll get into that right after 90 Day Fiancé. I just got to give you my initial reactions to season 1. Not y'all having me watching this scripper show. Dina, thank you so much for the super chat. Dina says, I'm over Shaida and the OCD chipmunk. That's what he Gina said it, not me. Yeah, because this week we get Bilal's ex-wife shaking down Shida, and Shida's just looking at her like, basically the ex-wife is coming in there, but the ex-wife always had a little bit of an attitude, even with Bilal. She always got a little bit of an attitude. I don't know why. But they're divorced, but they seem to be co-parenting very well. Their kids are beautiful kids. Bilal's kids are beautiful kids. I like his kids. This prenup, she makes an emphasis that, well, he has to protect the assets, for, family wealth and things like that for the kids. And Shida's like, y'all must think that I came from nothing. Like I'm some girl he met off of the road. I was like, oh shoot. Finally, she's saying what we've been saying for weeks. Michelle, thank you so much for the super chat. Michelle says Jibri's Instagram showed they celebrated the 3rd year anniversary last week. He brought her tennis shoes. I can't with them. I'm done with them. Can we be done with them? What happened to 90 Day Bears All? You know that show on Discovery Plus? They had 2 seasons and now nothing. I wanted 90 Day Bears All. I enjoyed it. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says Eve needs to send Mohammed back to his mommy. Okay, just backtracking on that. I also can understand that because we also have to remember when these folks come over from their country, they can't do anything. They also can't even go back to visit their family. And he's very close with his mama. He's very close with his mom because his father passed away. So it's just really him and his mom. So part of me felt for him. I know you're saying send him back to his mama, but he can't even go back to visit his mom. He's stuck right there and he can't do anything. I couldn't deal with that. You can't do anything. You can't work. You have to rely on everything when it comes to her. And I'm sure that does something for his head. Exactly. Like says 3 years of marriage with Jibri and Miona. All right. Thank you so much, Julie, for another super chat. She says, I loved how Shida held her own with the ex-wife. Yeah. And the way Shida was just sort of lean. Did you guys notice the body language? We're body language experts. She was just sort of like this. I was like, okay, Shida, you deserve Bilal. Anyways, let me focus. So I'm going to move on from 90 Day Fiancé. Did I forget anyone? I mean, it's unimportant at this point. No, I really didn't forget anyone. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Replay crew, I want to hear your thoughts. What have you thought about 90 Day Fiancé's latest season? I just can't wait for this season to be done. I'm really over all of the couples. Not even one couple is making me interested anymore, to be honest with you, because I feel like every moment has really been forced and pre-produced. Do I believe that these are real couples? Yes, some more than others, but I'm kind of over it. I'm over the family Chantal, but you know what I'm not over? P-Valley. So P-Valley on Starz, you all have been telling me to watch this show for months now. So I said, all right, I'll pay the whatever we paid. I forgot what we paid. I said, I'll pay for it. I think it was like $3.99 for 5 months. I don't remember. No, that was BET Plus. I don't know. But I said, I'm going to pay for it. Let me check out what they have on there. I'm glad I did. So P-Valley is basically it's a stripper show. When I say stripper. Okay, it's not a stripper show, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't know it was about that world, about this town, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. And I love Uncle Clifford. I didn't expect to see Loretta Devine in this. Loretta Devine is blind, but she is sassy as all get out in this. She comes towards the end of the season. But it's about this woman that shows up and she starts working at this strip club called The Pink. And I love Mercedes. At first, I didn't love Mercedes, but anyone else, when you watch season 1, loved how, first of all, Mercedes and Haley, they didn't get along. But when they started to get along, I was like, this is beautiful. Anyone else was, before Mercedes hit her mom, because her mom stole her stripper money because she was putting her money in the church fund to safekeep it to help them get another loan. the shady churches, the shady churches. So the mom took that money and bought the gym, the space that was supposed to be Mercedes' gym. And I already knew when Mercedes said, this is going to be my last dance. I'm done with the stripping scene. I already knew. That was like, oh, shoot. I already know this is not going to work out good for Mercedes. This is not going to work out good for her. Beautiful. Mercedes is gorgeous. She could wear any color hair. I just like Mercedes. Okay. When she found out her mother took her money and bought her space, before she even hit her mom, I said, in my head, I was like, oh, it's on. And then she hit her mom. And I use mom loosely because they have had a very interesting relationship. Okay? The mom is going to start her own church. Poor Mercedes missed her last dance. The Pink, very much. Look, some of this stuff is a little predictable, but I was entertained. I was entertained by P-Valley. I was definitely entertained by it. But damn y'all not for warning me that this was a scrimper show. I didn't expect to see all of this everywhere. I get nervous when the girls are up in the air on the pole. And damn, this is Kempire After Dark. Maybe we need to do this a separate conversation. But I wanted to talk a little bit about season 1. Maybe we'll do Kempire After Dark for season 2, okay, which is currently streaming on Starz. So every time the strippers on the pole in the what are we talking about right now? Anytime the strippers in the pole and then they're kind of moving everything slowly, I said, don't let the poor stripper fall and hurt herself. I love me some Keyshawn. Beautiful. She's like a Barbie doll. But she makes poor decisions. And you know our boy, what's his name? What's the Diamond? What's his real name? We talked about him in Harlem on Prime. You know I love me some him. Look, Ian something, right? Forgot his name. Bedley? Damn. Not it gets worse. See how Sarah says it get worse. Oh, damn. In season 2, because I finished season 1. Oh, Tyler Pedley. Thank you. Thank you. You know I love me some him. And isn't he now having a baby with one of his co-stars from that show? I saw over the weekend. Look, this is what you get on Tuesday Takeover. All kinds of news. His current baby mama and girlfriend was fighting with his other baby mama on social media for something that she said. Miracle Watts. Thank you, Made in Asia. You know I couldn't remember these names. These new folks. Damn, what age am I? Look. Oh my gosh. All right. So season 1 for me was incredible, especially because now we found out towards the end who was Haley? Because Haley was moving all this money around and she was really smart. And we're like, girl, like, why are you so smart? And why are you stripping if you're so smart? Well, we found out she was an accountant, and was that her husband? At least her baby's father. I can't remember. Came back and found her at the strip club, and that was a whole situation. He ends up dead. All right. He ends up dead. If you haven't watched it, I wish you all luck. Okay. He ends up dead. But before we get into that, Tyler's fighting off Keyshawn because apparently, not Tyler, Diamond. I'm gonna call him Diamond. That's his character's name. That's an interesting name for a man, for a nickname. Okay, it's all right. Look, you know we love everybody here. Fighting Keyshawn's baby's father who's abusing her. And I was like, this baby's father doesn't want none from Diamond. He's the bodyguard there. But apparently he could fight too. Anyways, Haley's baby's father ends up dead. So she ends up with that $250,000. But as you know, the Pink has 14 days before they go on auction. Their property goes on auction, and Haley comes in to save the day. All bruised and battered. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, Brycey. Yeah, it's the South. All right. I didn't think about that. It was a good first season, and I'm glad it wasn't too many episodes. I think that was 8 episodes, and I was able to catch up. So we might have to do like a separate live doing a P-Valley Kempire After Dark so we can talk that thang. Oh, not the thang. Yes, it's explicit. For those that never watched P-Valley, it's very explicit. Yes, there is some male on male situations. Well, I mean, I guess it depends if Uncle Clifford, I don't know what Uncle Clifford goes by. Anyway, that's a whole other situation. Yes, I heard what Macy Gray said. Oh, y'all didn't hear? We're not gonna get into it because that's just a whole, I already know. Someone forgot to mention this to what's his name? The short one, the comedian. He received a lot of backlash for talking about the recent sex scenes that we got to see in P-Valley this season. What's his name? The little one. He had that cute song though. Duval, thank you so much, Amy. Duval was like he was out after he saw a Little Murder. Speaking of Little Murder, that song was hot. Little Murder has a little bit of a love affair with Uncle Clifford. We didn't see that coming. Apparently, there's more man on gender fluid. Someone said Uncle Cliff is, yes. Sometimes Uncle Clifford's wigs be wigging, and then some of them are like, ooh. But I think that's intentional. All right. For those of you that are just joining us, we've been talking a lot. I don't want to delve too much into P-Valley. We will do a separate live on season 2 and talk more about that. And we might have to do that Kempire After Dark. All right. Ashley says, Macy Gray and Bette Midler. For those that want to know about the Macy Gray story, Google it. I'm not going to get into it. We don't need to get into those deep conversations right now, especially when we have a lot more to cover. All right. We have to talk about Wendy Williams. Oh, damn. Just when I think that the Wendy Williams stuff would slow down, it hasn't. So as you know, we've been reporting on Wendy Williams, her health, her condition, the end of her daytime talk show. We even had a special tribute to Wendy Williams here on the platform. And we were very concerned that the Wendy Williams show memorabilia would be lost for forever, including her purple chair. But from what we've heard and saw, she's been able to gather all those things. But one of the things that Wendy Williams has not been able to gather is her legacy. And when I say her legacy, I'm talking about the Wendy Williams show, because all of the Wendy Williams show videos that were on her YouTube channel that had almost 3 million subscribers has been either privatized or deleted. You can't find it. You can't find it. And so many of you were hitting me up for the last few days, even before the holiday weekend. And I just didn't, I you know, sometimes the elephant brain ain't working. And I forget to report on it. But I'm glad I waited, because literally last night, after so many blogs started picking up the story that the Wendy Williams YouTube channel had been deleted or privatized, we don't know, that we were like, wait, what happened? And so many of you were reacting on social media. What happened to the Wendy Williams YouTube channel? Well, her Twitter has been deleted. And I said, oh, the only thing that was up was her Instagram. And when I went to the Instagram link to her website, wendyshow.com, that was gone. You got an error message. Then, look, I went back to the Instagram because I wanted to see if people were talking about the YouTube channel in the comments. And I refreshed my page. It was gone. Literally last night is when the Wendy Williams show Instagram disappeared. And a lot of you have been saying, what is going on? Are they trying to just ruin her legacy? Here's the thing. You know, I'm a straight shooter. Sometimes I twerk on a fence, but I'm also very clear on how business works and how there might be some levels of this that I don't understand because I'm not in this position and I've never had my own daytime talk show. As I've said to you before, unlike an Oprah Winfrey, Wendy Williams did not necessarily own her show 100%. Okay. She was a producer, an executive producer, a part of the show, but Dubmar Mercury owned the show. Okay. Which is a subsidiary of Lionsgate. And we talked about how the Sherri Shepherd, Instagram was taken over. Jerry O'Connell's old Instagram was turned into the Sherri Shepherd Instagram, and the Nick Cannon YouTube channel that had over 100 and something thousand subscribers was taken over by Sherri Shepherd. But we said we were watching them about them trying to do a switcheroo with Sherri Shepherd and the YouTube channel. So we're still watching you. They might wait, y'all. They might wait, for the show to be on a few months, and all of a sudden, oh, Sherri has 2-point-something million subscribers. Not what's popping topics. If you missed that report, that's what they're going to call their hot topic segment. What's popping topics? Y'all better fire that producer who came to you with that. All right, not fire. I'm joking. All right, guys, we have over 1,100 people watching our recap, our Tuesday Takeover, our mix of reality TV recaps, reality TV news, pop culture news, all that good stuff. All right, let's get to 500 likes. Let's get to 500 likes. Liking the video helps support our channel, but other channels as well that cover similar topics. So be sure to do that if you can. I will post the call link for our Team Kempire and Royal Court members on the community tab in 2 seconds. Hold on. And I'm going to get back into the Wendy Williams situation. So basically what I've been hearing in regards to this Wendy Williams situation, everything has been deleted. And as I said to you before, I don't understand necessarily the business of this. What I do understand is that Wendy Williams was not a part of her show at the end. And Wendy Williams' team has fallen apart because, as you know, Bernie, who was her manager at the time, she let him go. And who else? God knows who else she let go, because Bernie was trying to get a guardianship over her, allegedly. So it made me believe that all the final details of this daytime talk show, meaning what's going to happen to your YouTube page and what's going to happen to the future of your website, those details were not figured out. And Dubmar Mercury was just sort of like, because a lot of people say, why would you delete the YouTube page, Dubmar Mercury? Because you make money off of the YouTube page. And it makes me wonder if they couldn't make money off of the YouTube page because they didn't figure those details out. And some of you also speculated, how do we know that this is not something that Wendy Williams wanted? And in the end, she was like, no, just delete it all. That's also possible because, Wendy Williams, she doesn't do the social media stuff. So in her head, she's like, no, just let it go. I don't want any part of it. Or who knows? Dubmar Mercury, at this time of this video, I have not seen a statement from them in regards to this. I really hope that they do release a statement so that we are not just looking at them like, are you guys trying to erase Wendy Williams' legacy? And until they release that statement, we're going to assume that you're trying to erase Wendy Williams' legacy. Because that's the way it appears. Because we don't have the full understanding of what's happening, but maybe they can't say some stuff because of privacy statements, and who knows? Nerva, we don't know. We don't know if they deleted it or I would hope, being smart business people, they didn't delete her YouTube page. But we don't know. We can't find it. Shout out to Kobe and Dylan, who I've been following, at least watching their videos where they would re-upload hot topics, after shows. So it still remains on YouTube. So if you're looking for those content, I was just watching a whole compilation of some of the after shows. Oh, I used to love the after show. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, dang, never heard of P-Valley. Have to add. Not the laughing emoji. All right. Thank you, Diana, for the guys. Don't forget to show love to the moderators. Diana's reminding you guys, we do have new merch. It's not this merch. Pride Month is over, but we do have our Black Label merch that's now available. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Because I know some of you didn't want to get the Pride merch for whatever reason, but you want some regular merch. Head on over there. All right. Okay, Onyx, thank you so much for this. She said, Sherry said Norman and Suzanne will not be on TV because too similar to the Wendy show. Yeah, they're going to try and differentiate themselves very, very much so, especially because of all of the backlash between the Sherry, taking over and things like that. So you probably won't see her referring to them during her show. Thank you so much, Hector. Yes, co-host Kobe. And that's on YouTube, so you guys can kind of check out some. I think co-host Kobe stopped posting, but there is still a lot of content that they posted on social media. All right. All right. All right. Anything else that I wanted to say about the Wendy Williams situation? So the update now is that the IG and Twitter are also gone. All right. Thank you, Cleopatra. Yes. Co-host Kobe and Dylan. All right. All right, let me post this on the community tab. Members of the channel, and shout out to you guys. Over the weekend, we hit over 143,000 subscribers. It was a good weekend for me. We were celebrating our independence. And as I said to you before, in regards to the Wendy Williams situation, it was just a reminder to me, at the end of the day, whatever business decisions that I make going forward, I have to own my name. And technically, right now, I'm not in that position because this is YouTube, but that is the goal. And that was one of the things that I think Wendy and Kelvin, when plotting this, they just wanted to have their show. I think when they hit mid, sixth season, they should have started figuring out how to own the Wendy Williams show. All right. Let me just drop this here for our members. If you're a Team Kempire Royal Court member, I'm dropping the call-in link backstage so you guys can weigh in quickly about some of the hot topics that we spoke about. We still have to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Okay, let me just do this. Hold on. All right. And it's posted. All right. And I'm back here. All right. And again, guys, I will post the call-in link for the public, the general public, once we hit over 500 likes. All right. Let me take a sip for my coldest water bottle. Yes. Essence, thank you for the reminder. Who told Oprah to own it? Essence says Roger Ebert, may he rest in peace, told Oprah she needed to own her show and name right before she went national. And Oprah has talked about that multiple times. I'm surprised more people didn't do that. I wonder, did Ellen do that? I have no idea. I think Ellen did do that, if Ellen was smart. But we shall see. And I think Ellen is pretty smart. All right. Let me get into this Garcelle situation. So not over the weekend, literally yesterday, there was a lot of backlash coming towards the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills ladies, specifically, of course, Lisa Rinna. And shout out to, again, Ebony K. Williams. Over the weekend, she posted a dissertation, basically letting non-Black people understand, yes, you can argue with Black people and not be considered racist. Here's how. If you missed it, I added some really interesting points. I reposted her video, but I added a couple of GIFs and exhibit A's in my version of her conversation. So if you missed that, check that out on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. All right. So there were a few sneak peeks that were released yesterday for this week's episode. And a lot of you, I've seen so many of you have been really, really upset about what you saw in this video footage. I'm going to first start with Kyle and her being in the conversation with Sutton and Diana. As you know, last week, Sutton and Diana were having a conversation, an argument about a variety of different things. And Sutton talks about having 2 miscarriages in this sneak peek. And Kyle, first of all, this conversation has nothing to do with her. Nothing to do with her. Clearly drunk, too. Clearly drunk. At least, okay, I'm going to say allegedly. And she insists that Sutton is lying about her miscarriages. She's like, I've known you and you've never mentioned this to me before. How many women may have had miscarriages and they haven't even told their own family about it? A lot of people are reacting to how Kyle handled that situation, and first of all, was interfering and grabbing on Sutton in that instance. This is going to be very interesting this week, this episode, and this year's reunion. So that was one sneak peek that Bravo released yesterday. Another video that they released is Erika Jayne flirting, first of all, with Oliver. All right. That is Garcelle's eldest son, who looks just like her. And he is a cutie. Okay. I'm not flirting with you, Oliver. I'm just saying, I like to point out, I don't really love the tattoos, Oliver, but even despite the tattoos, that is Garcelle's mini me. They look very much, I mean, that's her son, but you know what I'm saying. So you see the scene where Erika's flirting with Oliver, but he's being very nice, trying to turn her down. Victims. But Oliver is, trying to be nice. And Garcelle's trying to give him a pass. Time to go, sweetie. Time to go. Don't make him go. Leave him alone. So then her son Jax comes to collect his mother's flowers. And that's when we have this horrific scene of Erika Jayne cursing at Jax out of nowhere. Jax is coming, not even speaking to anyone, coming to pick up his mother's flowers. And she says, "Get the F out of here," multiple times. And I don't care what anyone says. She was not joking. She's drunk. And this is the only time that we've seen her drunk so far this season that I believe that she was really drunk. And she says, get the F out of here. Get the F out of here. And he's really shocked. And he literally says to Garcelle, he felt violated in that instance. This kid, 14-year-old, tells his mom that he felt violated. I would have felt violated too. Imagine you being a 14-year-old, an adult that you barely know. You barely know her. Attacks you like that on camera. And you're like, what did I do? Luckily, Crystal was there to sort of like escort him, like, no, don't worry about them. But that's not where the drama ends. First of all, Garcelle does come back in and confronts Erika for the way that she spoke. And some of you felt like she didn't speak about it strong enough. I don't know about that. Look, everyone's going to be a little bit different. I think you would have been even more horrified if Garcelle said nothing. Garcelle came in and said that's not acceptable. Then we have another video. We have Kyle and Mauricio, PK and Dorit talking about Erika and what happened, because when Erika said, "Get the F out," Dorit was sitting right there with her. A lot should be said about Dorit not saying something in the instance. But they're laughing about Erika's behavior and what she said. And literally, Dorit says, it's not that's not my child. Because if it was your child, you would have felt very differently. Mauricio chimes in, he was like, "Oh, good." And though Kyle has taken to social media since all of the backlash and saying, "That's not what I was laughing about." Literally in the beginning of her sentence, she's like, "It's not funny, but it's funny." So Kyle has been receiving a lot of backlash on social media since yesterday about that scene where these couples are laughing about Erika Jayne cursing at a 14-year-old. And now there's also the conversation about, they don't see Black children as children. That's a thing, y'all. That's a real thing. Because everyone's saying, what would you do if that was your kid? And sidebar, look, you can defend Garcelle without attacking Kyle's children, because you're just as bad as Erika if you're attacking Portia on social media. Stop it. I don't know if you guys saw that. People were in Portia's Instagram comments attacking her. I'm like, come on. Now you look like a hypocrite, but we see that all the time. We see that all the time. We've talked about that before. All right. Let me just make sure I've covered everything I want to cover. Oh, I didn't. Garcelle has taken to social media this morning, posting her sons. Oh. So she posted this morning because Garcelle did post yesterday, and I reported on this, that she had not saw that scene of PK and Dorit and Kyle and Mauricio laughing about this. All right. It was the first time that she saw it. So this morning, Garcelle posted this, and she says, "This is an appreciation post for my sons, Oliver, Jax, and Jade. You boys make me so proud. You are loving, kind, and respectful. You show respect to people even when they don't deserve it. Respect is a reflection of your character, not theirs." He was very nice because, some 14-year-olds would have been cussing right back. Just come on. Let's not be prissy right now. We know some 14-year-olds are not raised the same way, and they would have cussed Erika to the moon. But this was a horrific scene. I didn't expect to see this yesterday. I did not expect to see this yesterday. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover, where we talk about a variety of reality TV news, reality TV recaps, and, of course, a mix of pop culture news. And now we've incorporated you calling in and sharing your thoughts. Quick thoughts on the most pressing topics that you want to talk about. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, don't forget to follow our other channel, Kempire Radio. Also subscribe to our podcast, Kempire Radio. Over the weekend, we also released a visual version of our podcast, so be sure to check out that if you missed it already. You can also check out some of my past interviews with people like Oprah Winfrey and so many different other people, from reality TV to music, all of that on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. All right. We already have a couple of people backstage. Did we reach our goal? We're close to our 500 goal, y'all. I will post the call-in link for when we hit 500. Shout out to all of you that are in the live chat. We appreciate you. And of course, shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, just click the join button if you're watching from your computer, or head on over to teamkempire.com/join. That is a new link. And if you want merchandise, new merchandise, our black labels now available, houseofkempire.com. That is HAUS of Kempire.com. And thank you to our moderators for being here. I see that everyone's behaving well in the live chat. I love that. I love to see that. Storm says we need to petition to bring the Wendy YouTube back. I agree. All right, let's get into some of the callers that are already backstage. Again, our Team Kempire and Royal Court members, I posted the call-in link on the community tab. All right. Let's get through this because I do have somewhere to be. I got business to take care of, y'all. I got to make sure things are working, and, I got bills to pay and all that good stuff. I know, Nicolette. Should I change it, Nicolette? Should I change it? But I'll stick with what I said. But let's get those likes up, y'all. Let's get those likes up. All right, we hit over 500, but I'm going to get to these callers first, and then I'll drop the call-in link, okay? All right, Brooklyn Diamond's backstage. I'm going to bring her up. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
I just discontinued myself. There we go.
I'm like, what happened? Oh, I'm taking over the show.
What's going on?
YouTube channel. No. Hi, everyone out there. Hi, mods. Hope you had a blessed, safe 4th for those who celebrated. Hope you had a good time, Kemp. I saw you were working hard.
Thank you.
2 things. I'm going to try and make it really quick because I'm working myself right now. For Wendy, as Prince would say, who owns your masters? What did her contract say? Did her contract give her the rights to the show and everything and reposting? Because it could be a money thing while they work this out and why they had to pull from it. Yeah. Because if the show owns it and they own her name as the part of the title of the show, and she's seeking, monetary compensation from it, they might have had to pull it down until whatever contract is, negotiated, finalized, whatever write-off's going to be, syndications, all that kind of thing, because now YouTube is would be the syndication, so to speak, because you're not going to put the show on syndication on television, but you would do it on YouTube. So there might have to be some type of, renegotiation of that contract. So I wouldn't get too worried about it right now.
The other part of that too is what happens to the old episodes of the Wendy Williams show, because that also can be put on to BET, and people could be rewatching it there too. That probably hasn't been figured out
in this. So in this whole new world of YouTube and all that type of things, where talk shows weren't usually syndicated before, they came on live, it went away, that was it. Things are different in our new world of communication. So something that might not have been negotiated prior is something that now has to be taken into account. And then again, like I said, who owns the masters, who actually owns the show, who owns the tapes, who owns all of that, is something that has to be, discussed. So there's a lot of legalese going in with that. So I can understand them pulling everything down until that's settled, because you'd have a lawsuit if they were making money off of it all, and Wendy wasn't getting anything, and she might, be going to get something. So there's probably a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. And we have to keep in mind too, she's literally in a financial guardianship. So there's also that hiccup in the situation.
Yeah. So there's a lot for them to unpack legally. As far as everything else, Beverly Hills is getting dragged from corner to corner of the globe because of their antics, and somebody better take notice. Dubai was dragging Rihanna like there was no tomorrow. And now with this situation, Erika was complete. I don't care if she was drunk. As they say, alcohol is a truth serum. So who she truly was came out on that show when she was drunk. She had no respect, not only for Garcelle to be saying the kind of things that she was saying in front of her to her son. I don't care that Oliver's a grown man. That's still her son. Yeah. So for her to speak like that and then disrespect his wife, oh, we can call and have a threesome. You see me, I see you. It was completely and totally disrespectful. And then to turn around and say that to that child, and for Dorit, well, it wasn't my kid. Well, let somebody come up there and say it to your kid, and let's see if you find it as funny. Because there is this adultification of young Black children. Like we are not, like they are not kids, that they can be spoken to in any type of way, that you can treat them any type of way. You can disrespect them in any type of way. And we're supposed to be, just taking it. Like Erika was whispering to Dorit, I don't know if anybody caught it. Oh, she's just doing this. Like she's doing this for the show, or something. Like she was trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. You had a heart attack when Eileen said it's not like she killed your son. So you went ham on Eileen and all this, and was baring your teeth like a rabid dog. You just cursed at this woman's child like it was no big deal. Like it was nothing. Like this was an everyday occurrence, and I can speak like this. And then for Kyle, oh, I wasn't laughing at her doing it. I was laughing at Erika. There was nothing funny about a drunk woman cursing at a child. There's nothing funny about that in any situation whatsoever. So Kyle, Dorit, Mauricio, PK, you've shown us who you truly are. And while we may not like Crystal because of her little issues going on, at least Crystal was the only one who acted like an adult and removed him from the situation and said, ignore it. She was the only one. She's the only one who said, nah, this isn't right. You don't talk that way. Even Dorit was sitting on the couch laughing, her talking head. Oh, I was so flabbergasted. But she's sitting on the couch laughing about it. Had that been Atlanta, it would have been on and popping. Had she said that to Candy's daughter, she'd have been missing some teeth, and we would have had some type of lawsuit. So Bravo needs to take this in hand. This is not, this is way too many things that are going on, that are happening, that these women are saying or doing concerning Black people or people of color. And yes, her children, I don't care if somebody else is like her younger sons are biracial. When the world looks at them, they look at them as little Black kids. That's the way it is. I'm biracial myself. They see me coming down the street. They're not like, oh, she's mixed with something. No, she's Black. That's what they see. That's who they are. So Bravo needs to take this in hand, or what used to be a great television channel when they had their scripted series and everything. They had some pretty good stuff. they're going to get trashed. And there are other television channels that have gone by the wayside. Bravo may go by the wayside with all of this.
All right.
That's it.
Diamond.
Have a good night. Have a good day.
Don't put us to sleep yet. Thank you to Miss Brooklyn Diamond for calling. And guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover, where we cover a variety of reality TV news. And one of the things I forgot to mention was Lisa Rinna. So as you know, Lisa Rinna was feeling the heat. She was feeling the heat this week. Hold on, y'all. Let me just pull this up. Let me share my screen. Because of the post that she posted on social media in regards to she can't argue with Garcelle without being called racist. And then she talked about the Real Housewives of Dubai, and that caused a back and forth. And then all of a sudden I was in it. I'm like, how I get in it? I'm just reporting on these people. But leave me alone. Leave me out of it. Well, now Lisa Rinna has posted an apology. Let me share my screen really quickly, and then I'll post the call-in link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts as well. So she posted this earlier today or yesterday. I don't remember. Yesterday. It's all falling together. So she posted this on her social media yesterday. Grief never ends, but it changes. It's a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness, nor a lack of faith. It is a price of love. So she posted in her caption, she says, I have had a really tough time of it. I think you've seen how hard this has hit me. I'm sorry if I've raged on you about you. It really has nothing to do with any of you. I never thought I would feel this way. I really thought grief would be about sadness and pain, but it's so much more. I am really struggling. I just never thought it would feel like this, but here it is. Losing my mom has really hit me hard. Thank you for your patience with me. I know it's not easy to have warm fuzzies for me right now, but I'll get through this and hopefully come out the other side stronger and better. Thank you for your support and love. I so appreciate it. Okay, Rinna, just a question. What was your excuse before Lois died? I think her post about Dubai and her post about she can't argue with Garcelle without being called racist, that really did, because she ended up deleting it. That really ended up putting her job at risk. I think the heads were rolling over at the Rinna Hamlin house. And I think that really, really shook her up. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job. Because you know she's about making her money. You know she's about making her money. So I feel like this is all damage control. Don't bring Lois into this. Make she rest in peace. And yes, we do believe, grief makes people do different things in different ways. Everyone grieves differently. We've talked about that. But is this your way for justifying some of the things that you said? For the last how many years we've seen you on television? And we posted the receipts in our previous videos about this? So excuse me if I'm just going to miss you on this apology. All right. I had to present that information to you, elephant brain. Shut up. Look, shut up. Not you guys, shut up. This thing. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Calm the F down. Says Bravo is proving Nene right. They don't call out racism on their shows. I mean, I've seen this comment quite a few times as well. Thank you so much for the super chat. I've seen this comment multiple times as well. They're just continuously proving Nene's lawsuit correctly. The last update that we gave you on Nene's lawsuit was that they want to move this situation to arbitration and to New York. The lawsuit that Nene has filed against Bravo and the executives for discrimination. They want to move this to New York to arbitration, which was in she signed probably an arbitration agreement within her contract that if there was a situation that came up very similar like this, that they would arbitrate and they would not go to trial. Well, there's a lot of stuff coming out. So this is part of the reason why they don't want this to go to trial, because once it goes to trial, more stuff will come out. People will be forced to testify. All right. Let me drop the call-in link. Hold on, y'all. Let me drop the call-in link. And again, guys, be brief. And when I say be brief, let's do this under a minute. The most pressing thing that you want to talk about that we've covered. It can't be anything that we haven't covered. We'll do that on a separate occasion. Only the things that we've covered. Wendy Williams, Ricky Martin, 90 Day Fiancé, The Family Chantal, P-Valley. Damn, we covered a lot already. Damn. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills sneak peeks and the backlash after that. All right. So let's stick to those things. All right. And Rena's apology. All right. Let me take a sip of water and I'm going to bring up Ashley in a second. Courtney says, not the table of contents. We covered a lot today. All right. All right. I'm going to bring up Ashley first. What's going on, Ashley? How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing well. Happy Tuesday.
Same to you. I'll be like, let's get into it. Because I remember I mentioned to you on last show that something like this was going to come up, but I just didn't realize like how bad it was. And then I also heard that there was something else worse said, but I really don't know if they're going to show that because everything is blowing up. And it must be a cold day in HELL hockey sticks if the whole Bravo universe is all in agreement about this whole situation. Like, we are never... Everybody is coming for Kyle's neck, rightly deserved. So it's her husband, Dorit, and her husband, because that scene was utterly disgusting. I couldn't believe it. And it is true, let it be one of their children, I should say, and heads would roll. We would never hear the end of it. It would be screaming and crying and hollering on the floor and all that other stuff. But also, like Brooklyn said, the last caller, she was talking about how Atlanta would be if this was done to one of their children. It's absolutely right. I don't know if anyone remember, it was the season 4 reunion special, and Cherie said something about Bryson, and Nene went in. She was seated, but she went in, and that's the thing. Like, children are completely off limits. Like, you're crossing a line. He is 14. As a former teacher, people may not realize that how you speak to children, it really does stay with them. As a teacher, a lot of times I have to remind myself, yes, I'm frustrated with 30 children, but I have to remember that, okay, they're still kids. Yeah. The way that Erika spoke to that child was completely unacceptable, and it was completely uncalled for. And I just couldn't believe I was watching that. Now, I've had my times of being drunk, but I don't want to be yelling at nobody or forcibly hitting on someone who already stated that he was married or yelling at a child. Let me go on the dance floor and twerk somewhere. I ain't worrying about that stuff. I just couldn't believe that this was what was going on. So I know I wanted it to be brief and hurry up. And also, I was with Crystal, and I'm hoping these IG posts, she's not trying to be petty, because sis, I was with you with the way you ushered Jax out of there. Like, I was like, all right, like, I see you've been getting on my nerves, but I see you, sis. But now I'm seeing these subliminal messages on IG, and I'm just like, come on, girl. We was just giving you your flowers. I really hope that this isn't towards Garcelle, because we was giving you flowers and we were feeling you. All right, bye.
Thanks, Ashley. Wow. Wait, look. You know I'm going to Instagram. Hold on. All right, we have a few people backstage too. Hold on, let me go to Instagram though. What is she saying? What is she saying on her Instagram? Oh, wait a second. She's talking about, what is this? Oh, happy birthday to you. Wait, hold on. To you. Oh, I thought she was mentioning the 3. I was like, are these part of the Fleeing 14? Let me see. Hold on. Just remember that all the ish someone puts you through, sooner or later it finds its way back to them. Okay. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. Who knows? I was just reading Crystal Minkoff's Instagram story. Who knows? Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats. Or one super chat. There we go. Black Coffee, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, all of the racist antics that have and are still occurring are justifying Nene's claims about racism within the Housewives/Bravo network. I know Nene's like, let it keep on coming. Let it keep on coming. All right. Let me bring up, hold on. In my opinion, they were asking for you. I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, in my opinion?
Hey, Kempire, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm blessed by the best. Let me tell you, Kempire, this stuff that's going on in Bravo is showing you that times have changed and that people are not going to continue to support Bravo. if as a network it can't get together and get its talent together. I don't know what they need to do, but they need to set up some kind of sensitivity program and put these people through the same thing these cops having to go through, because it's getting to the point where it's very hard for us to support a channel that keeps on putting these people on the platforms that keep saying they're not racist, but then you say something that comes off to us as racist, stuff that we've heard our whole lives or stuff that our parents have heard their whole lives. And we're just not going to take this anymore. And at this day and age, I know that I feel like all this stuff that happened, with the election and stuff, I felt like it's to let these people think that they can say and do anything that they want. You know what I'm saying? They let this man take over this country, and he pushed all this stuff out there and empowered them to feel like they can say and do whatever they want. And this is the consequences of when you let people say and do whatever they want. Stuff comes out. It may not be that they feel this way, but because you're saying it in the way that you're saying it, it comes off racist. So if you're not trying to be a racist, then you need to really listen to what Ebony K. Williams said, and you need to fix the way you talk, because there's a way to argue there's a way to argue back and forth without coming off as racist.
Yeah.
You just have to watch the rhetoric you say. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in how you say it and how you do it. Like, let's not be low ball and low class. Like, we're not sitting here calling these white people crackers, but you'd be offended if we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of rhetoric black people could say to you, and it will come off racist. So don't do that to us and then want us to watch your show. You want us to view your show, watch it, and you get the millions from it. But then you want to say, hey, well, we can disrespect you, but don't feel like we disrespected you because we don't know how to fight with you. Like, that's the lamest thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
How do you not know how to fight with a black person? Like, with some, alien creature or something. You can fight with us. Just be fair about it. Like, I'm so over. Let me tell you, this is really making me want to discontinue Bravo, like, out of my, and it's going to really hurt because I watch a lot of Bravo shows. But if Bravo don't do nothing, because even with Diana Jenkins, they've not said nothing. And that's been a week or 2 weeks. They've not said anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to need them to get on it.
All right. In my opinion, we always love it when you call in. I hope you had a fantastic July 4th. We saw that good cooking.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. These kids came over and, baby, they had a ball. It was fun to have all of them in my house. But let me tell you, I was so ready for them to go by the time it was over. I was like, now Mama want to kick you out.
You were cooking all damn day. I don't blame you. All right. In my opinion, we love it when you call in. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, you have a good one.
Bye. All right. we have not Garcelle's cousin. We got a Real House husband Real House husband backstage, and we got Joanna backstage. I'm gonna bring up Garcelle's cousin. Hey, Garcelle's cousin
from Southeast.
Oh, from South. I didn't see the last part.
Right. So you know how you call on Black and Mike and all them, and Aunt. I'm one of them because I feel like that's what's needed at this point because I'm sick of this. So you call on your ignorant cousins when you gotta have somebody to come handle your stuff for you. I'm one of them ignorant cousins.
Damn. Well, don't be too ignorant.
Okay, so one real quick. I sent in a super chat earlier when you were talking about Rihanna and how she's. Yeah, you missed it. It's okay though. But I was being a smart behind saying that she did it by herself and she didn't need rich parents to help her do it or famous sisters or anything, and she didn't have to lie about it.
Like Kim Kardashian.
And Kylie. That part. So yeah, that's what I was saying. But
all right, but thank you for the super chat.
Absolutely. I watched that clip and I couldn't believe I had to go back out of the clip and come back into it to see. Like, I was like, is this a joke? Is this really a clip from the show? Like, is this really what we're gonna see tomorrow night? And then the clip of Kyle, Mauricio, Dorito, and PK. And even Mauricio joking about, like everyone else is saying, if it was their kids, it would be, if Garcelle had done that to one of their children, even Erika's child, who's a grown man, it would be hell breaking loose right now. They would say they would call her everything but the child of God.
Yeah.
And they would try to get her fired off the show. And just I don't even understand how a drunk mind can think to talk to a kid like that. Like, it didn't even make sense.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate it. And to, in my opinion's point, they haven't even addressed what Dirty Diana said a few weeks ago, and they're probably not at this point. And if they do, they're only going to do it because we're still talking about it, saying they haven't done anything. So therefore, it makes it so it's not sincere. So I don't want to hear it. But as much as I like Garcelle on the show now, I don't want it to go back to a white world, because I do like the diversity piece of it. But they got to do better. They have to do better. This is not cool. It's not acceptable. And I know, and it's the ignorant side of me coming out. Forgive me, you guys. But sometimes I do wish we really lived in a world we could just call our ignorant cousins and beat out the frustration sometimes. But I know we can't. So we got to go to a kickboxing class to get it out. I'm about to swim some laps. I'm about to get my frustration out.
Ignorant cousin of Garcelle. That's the way you should have started.
Ignorant cousin of Garcelle's, because that's who I'm going to be right now. I can't even see my friends, my drunk friends. None of my friends would do that. And that shows, one, how they're really not friends, and they're not Garcelle's friend, at least, because Sutton wouldn't do anything. It's just fake. It's just, Dorito needs to go anyway, because she don't have a storyline. Her and PK keep faking like they got robbed, so they can go off the show. Kyle don't bring much, but except for she's supposed to be the glue of the friendship. So, and Erika, she can go. She can go under the jail at this point, because she's still owing people money. Erika can go. Everyone can go, and leave Garcelle. Leave Will Smith ex-wife. Let's bring her on. Let's just get a whole new bunch. You know what? Let's go with Garcelle's friend group. Let's kick everyone off. We can stick with Sutton, Crystal, Will Smith's ex-wife, and let's bring some more of Garcelle's friends.
All right. I got to go. Bye. All right. I do have somewhere to be, y'all. So I'm going to take these last couple of callers. Callers, you have to be very brief, because I really do have to go. Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats. Calm the F down. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Crystal should have gathered Erika together on site. Where was his aunties? They should have jumped her. They probably were gone. I think that, like, the party looked like it had ended. Ashley, thank you so much for the super chat. Ashley says, also, Kyle needs to keep her hands to herself. Forgot to mention that. Yeah, because she was all up on Sutton. All right. Real House Husband, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. It's got to be quick, please. All right. Real House Husband, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing today?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm doing well. I've been dying to talk to you. Okay, real quick. Ricky Martin, I had put in the comment section, it may was his husband's grown nephew that he had the altercation with, because like you said, they have open relationships. And I was saying that, remember the role that he played Johnny Versace's husband. I'm thinking that he took that role a little too serious, because remember things went on in the movie. And I always want to say this because I know you got to go. The Real Housewives, everybody keep on saying that the robbery is not real. It's real because they broke in. They were looking for the bathroom. Dorit, is there people in your bathroom doing coke?
You know what? Bye. All right.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Bye. You guys are like little comedians calling in here. Tella, I feel like I haven't seen your name in so long. Well, not that long, but it's been a while, right, Tella? Thank you so much for the super chat. Sending you love right back. All right, Joanna's backstage. We're going to bring up. She's going to be the last person to call in. All right, so no one try and call in now. All right, don't try that. Joanna, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can. I'm gonna skip all the formalities. I know you're doing good. I'm doing good. Everybody good. I know you gotta go, so I'm gonna make it quick. I love Loretta Devine on P-Valley. Like, that was such an unexpected choice, and she gives everything that was supposed to be given every time she's on the screen. Now, Erika, Garcelle is a saint, and I ain't. Because Erika would have been drug up at that party by her dollar store tracks. That's it.
Oh, damn, Joanna. Thank you so much for calling in. Making it quick.
You're welcome. I tried.
Diana, and speaking, Diana, thank you. Thank you to our mods. We appreciate you. Leah, let's get to 700 likes before I go. Look, I got an appointment. I got to be somewhere. I got things to take care of, y'all, so we can keep this show going. Anyways, guys, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. We have 1,100 people here. So can we get to 1,000 likes? Can we get to 1,000 likes? This is our Tuesday Takeover, where we cover a variety of reality TV news, reality TV recaps. We talked about 90 Day Fiancé. We talked about Wendy Williams. We talked about Ricky Martin. There's so many different things that we covered. Jag, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, not Jag. Ja. Here we go. Hey, Kempire and fam. Another reason why NeNe should not settle with Bravo. Take this to trial. Air out all the racist dirt, especially with Ramona's tacky self. Jury would reward her more than Bravo. This is a good point. But it's just the risk factor of taking it to trial is even bigger, too. So we shall see how that will play out. As I said to you before, our last report on NeNe's lawsuit, Bravo and NBC Universal are trying to have this move to New York, here in New York, and move to arbitration and not a trial. We shall see, because she did sign off reportedly in her contract an arbitration agreement where if something like this were to happen, that they would do that. But we shall see. We shall see. Replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. I want to know your thoughts on all of these topics that we've covered. Don't forget, tomorrow we will be talking about College Hill. Yes, College Hill recap, same time, same place. Tonight, or this evening, no, tonight, y'all, because I got appointments. Tonight, we will be live on my TikTok to watch and talk about Fangs and College Hill. All right, so be sure to follow me on TikTok at TheKempire. Follow me on Twitter at TheKempire. You're getting a different experience on different platforms. Follow me on Instagram at TheKempire as well. Thank you to everyone on TikTok for tapping your screens, for liking, for following. Thank you to all of you for subscribing. It was a subscribers only live chat. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Thank you to, of course, our moderators. It's Moderators Day, y'all. Show them some love. We appreciate them being here and taking time out of their schedule to allow us to have a safe environment to have these conversations about race, about reality TV, about all kinds of different things. So thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat as well. We appreciate you all. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. Be sure to check out everything that you missed over the weekend, because I know a lot of you were busy celebrating Independence Day or just relaxing and recouping from a busy work week. We appreciate you. And shout out to the husbands and the boyfriends that watch as well. I love it. I love it. I want more. I keep telling you, heterosexual men, you need more gay men in your lives to help you navigate your relationship with women. How many times I got to tell you this? I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget, new Kempire merch is now available at houseofkempire.com. Get your coldest water bottle. Get a cameo. I saw someone requested a cameo. I'm going to try and do that right now, maybe, before I go. Yes, I'm on Cameo. Be sure to check that out. Thank you all for being here. I will see you guys later. Let's play some music. Still Pride Month in my house.
It's been way too long. I've been building walls around me. Keep my distance so you never know too much about me. Trying to keep you out because I love my safe space. But the problem is I never looked into my own face. Am I ashamed of myself? Am I afraid of my emotions? Am I ashamed of myself? Am I afraid of my emotions? We let it go, we'll be holding inside. It's hard to take the blame, I know it doesn't feel right. We let it go, we'll be holding inside. You're more than just your best, you're more than what you realize. We let it go, we'll be holding inside. It's hard to take the blame, I know it doesn't feel right. We let it go, we'll be holding inside. You're more than just your best, you're more than what you realize. It's been way too long, I've been building walls around me. Keep my distance so you never know too much about me. Trying to keep you out because I love my safe space. But the problem is I never looked into my own face. Am I ashamed of myself? Am I afraid of my emotions? Am I ashamed of myself? Am I afraid of my emotions? Yeah. We let it go, will you hold it inside? It's hard to take the blame, I know it doesn't feel right. We let it go, what you realize. When you let it go, when you hold it inside, it's hard to take the blame. I know it doesn't feel right. When you let it go, when you hold it inside, you're more than just your best, you're more than what you realize.